This is the plaintiff, Alicia Constantino. She says the defendant's two vicious dogs pulled her to the ground in order to get to her dog, and they attacked. Her dog was badly bitten, and she was also bitten. The defendant hasn't paid her anything towards her medical bill and vet bills. He's not a very nice neighbor, so she's not going to be very nice today in this courtroom because she wants her $2,610.80. Just what she's suing for. This is the defendant, Matthew Aaronholtz. He says the plaintiff's dog is the vicious dog who has bitten before, and she has some nerve suing him when his dogs were on their leashes and hers wasn't. Her dog attacked his dogs. His dogs defended themselves, and he was injured as well in the melee. He's accused of failing to control his canines. The defendant has filed a countersuit for $2,500 for wasted time and aggravation and pain and suffering for his injuries.
All parties, please raise your right hand.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case on the docket. The plaintiff says the defendant's two vicious dogs pulled her to the ground as they tried to get at her dog. She says that she and her dog were bitten, but the defendant says the plaintiff's dog is the vicious one. It's the case of dog eat dog world.
Thank you, Douglas.
You're welcome, ma'am.
Ms. Constantino, you are suing your neighbor, Mr. Aaronholtz, for $2,610.80 in vet bills and lost wages because, according to you, his dogs attacked your dog. You have a counterclaim against her because you say it's her fault, not yours, and you suffered pain, suffering, and aggravation. Okay, talk to me. You first, Ms. Constantino. What happened?
I was returning home. I had laundry. We live in a secure building, but unfortunately, it's a 5-unit building, and one of our neighbors had propped open the door.
What door?
The outside door that's usually secure.
Okay.
I opened my apartment door. My dog ran out the door. He just scooted out the door, down to the bottom of the stairs. Mr. Aaronholtz was walking his two dogs in our yard. It's a community yard. His dogs were on a leash. Mine was not. But his dogs knocked him to the ground in an effort to get away from him and met my dog at the bottom of the stairs. I was 2 steps behind my dog.
So were they off leash when they attacked your dog?
Yes, they were.
So he let go of the leash?
Yes. I don't know if he let go or they got away from him. It's 2 very large dogs.
Okay.
They were at the bottom of the stairs. I immediately got into the middle of it to pry them apart. I was bitten twice. My dog was bitten once. I scooped up my dog. I ran back up the stairs.
What did nobody went to see what was, he was horizontal.
I
right?
didn't.
Okay.
I didn't, no.
Okay.
I ran back up the stairs. I was concerned about my dog, and I obviously was bitten. I ran up the stairs. My daughter was
Did you say anything to him during that time?
I was just screaming that the dogs were going to kill him. His dogs are much larger than mine.
Was he saying something?
I don't know.
Okay, go on.
I immediately bundled him and took him to the vet. We came home that night. He came upstairs. He apologized. I'm going to get some money together. I'm going to take care of this. I'm going to help you. Never mentioned that he was injured in any way.
So what was wrong with your dog?
He had been bitten. He's much smaller. He'd been bitten across the back. And they explained to me that they tend to shake when they bite. So the muscle had torn away from the bone and they had to repair it. He had to have surgery that night. They had to hold him overnight. I wasn't able to pick him up until the next morning. I picked him up. He had to have drains put in his back, which had to be cleaned. He had to be kept, low activity, just.
Do you have the vet bills?
I do.
Did you ever hand them over, please? Did you ever discuss with him and say, I think you should pay these vet bills?
I didn't, no, but I did. After he came up and said, he would, I'll just money together, this, that.
Right.
I never received anything. So I reached out to my family lawyer, and my family lawyer had actually sent him a letter. And then he responded to the lawyer and said, well, it's sort of my fault, so I'll give her $1,000. But then he never came to me with anything.
All right, let's talk, you and I. What happened?
So if 2 dogs get into it, but one's off leash, is the owner of the one that's off leash automatically responsible?
Yes, you're responsible for your dog and its actions, and if you know your dog should be on a leash around other dogs and you let it off its leash and it attacks someone or another dog, you should be held liable for that.
What do you say?
I agree, but it also depends if there's signs posted that dogs should be on the leash.
Fair point. Last word.
It also depends on if the dog's previously attacked someone, because if the dog on the leash has previously attacked someone, then they have a previous history of being vicious.
Interesting point. I'm not sure I agree going inside the courtroom.
I was out with the dogs in the backyard going to the bathroom after work, on their leashes.
The dogs, not you.
Both of us,
Yeah.
all three of us, actually.
I meant you were.
I don't use the bathroom in the yard.
Okay.
And we're outside with the dogs, and her dog escaped, came down, barking and attacking them, and they
Okay, hold on one second. Barking and attacking are two different
growling,
things. How was the
charging.
dog attacking?
By coming down, barking at them, charging at them.
Did her dog jump or bite your dogs first? You're not saying that, are you?
No, I'm not saying
All right,
that.
now your dog is what kind of dog?
He's a rescue. We don't know.
Okay, you went like this. Show me again.
Last vet checkup, he weighed 32 pounds. He's
Okay.
about this big. He's tall. He's got long
Okay.
legs.
And what kind of dogs do you have?
I have 2 German Shepherds, a 10-year-old and a 2-year-old.
All right, now did they get loose from you?
I got dragged to the ground, lost the control. I was going in for hand surgery the next week.
What were you going for hand surgery for?
The nerve damage, carpal.
Is that the hand that you had the
Yeah.
leash in?
Yeah,
The one that you were going to
Yeah.
surgery in the following week?
yeah.
And you had 2 German Shepherds that you're
Yeah,
supposed to
that-
keep.
if
Hold on a
no one-
second. Let me finish my question.
sorry.
You had 2 German Shepherds, and the law is that you have to have the dogs under your control. Okay. Clearly, she didn't have her dog under her control, but her argument is, well, Judge, neither did he. He's walking 2 German Shepherds when he's going to have hand surgery the following week. In the hand he's going to have the surgery in, and lo and behold, they dragged right away from him and got to my dog. So she's arguing that you also had no control, right?
Yes.
All right. So why are you suing for the entire vet bill plus your lost wages if you agree that it's partially your fault?
That's what my lawyer advised me to do.
Okay. And why have you paid 0 if you agree that it is also your fault?
Because her lawyer tried to sue me for $5,500 or so, somewhere around there. And when I talked to him, I never heard back from him. So it kind of sullied the agreement of trying to get her money if she wanted to keep going for more money.
All right. So what are you counterclaiming for the $2,500 for pain and suffering,
Well, I was
time and
bruised.
aggravation?
I bruised up. I went to work. I had to, you know.
Did you go to a doctor either?
No,
Neither one of you went to a doctor.
No, I did not.
Okay, on your counterclaim against her 0, I don't think that she is responsible for paying you $2,500 in pain and suffering. And on your claim against him, we have to figure out who here is more responsible. Is it the man who at least had his dogs on a leash, or is it the lady who lets the dog out? Is it the lady who accidentally lets the dog out, or the guy who deliberately has 2 German Shepherds on a leash that he can't possibly control if something happens? You know, it's an interesting question. You had made a comment in your answer to the complaint that dog was a yappy dog, that dog...
He barks constantly. He just, you know, he's got issues.
Okay, but has that dog bit another dog or attacked anybody?
I've heard from people that, but, you know, I don't know. I have
I've
no
heard
proof.
things.
I've heard,
Okay.
you know, I have
You
no
have any
proof.
evidence?
I have
No.
no evidence.
Right?
I wouldn't. I do know that if the dog didn't come out, nothing would have happened.
That's true. And you know how else nothing might have happened? If you had control over your dogs, right? Both things are true. But yes, I agree with you that it is more her fault than yours, for sure. I am going to find you 75% liable and you 25% liable. I'm ordering you to pay a quarter of the vet bills, which are $577.77. That's my verdict.
Thank you.
So the plaintiff does prevail, and the defendant is going to have to pay just a quarter of what she was seeking, a little over $500. How do you feel about that?
Her dog was off leash.
Yep.
Caused the problem.
But you lost control of yours too. So
Well, you know what? If her dog never escaped, nothing would have happened.
well, the judge said
Nothing
that.
would have happened.
Judge agreed.
That
She should have
changed
taken the
everything.
$1,000.
I offered, and then she sued.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Thank you very much, sir. All right, Ms. Constantino. Obviously, the question to you is: are you sorry you didn't take the $1,000?
No, because I don't believe he would have paid it either way. He had ample notice of what the damages were and never made any attempt to contact me or make good on any of it. So I don't believe that his offer was genuine anyway. So I believe this probably was the only way I was going to get anything.
All right. You'll be more careful next time
Absolutely.
with your dog. Good enough.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much. All righty. Ivy?
So when a dog is off leash, there is automatic liability because if the dog were on a leash, then you could control the dog and there wouldn't be a bite in the first place. But in this case, it made sense for the judge to apportion liability.